name's Ariana, and I'm a walking accident zone. Seriously, I once knocked over an entire shelf of books in the library just by breathing. My clumsiness made me really popular at school. Well, if it isn't Ariana the Klutz doing what she does best, tripping over oxygen. That's Maeve, my, drum rolls please, cousin. You're probably wondering how my own flesh and blood turned into my high school tormentor, so let's rewind. My grandma practically invented good food in our town. She owned the biggest restaurant around. She had 2 daughters, Mom and Aunt Mel. Mom gave birth to me, and Mel, Maeve. Mom totally inherited Grandma's skills. She could whip up a 5-star meal with her eyes closed. While Mom seemed naturally gifted in the kitchen, Aunt Mel was a complete disaster. After a series of intense cook-offs, of course, it was Mom who came out on top. Just before Grandma retired, she handed over the restaurant to Mom. Aunt Mel didn't take it well, and she passed that bitterness down to Maeve. From that day on, Mom officially took over the restaurant. With her natural gift for cooking, it didn't take long for customers to leave raving about her food. Within just 2 months, business was booming. Lines out the door, glowing reviews, and even praise from a few tough food critics. You're like a food wizard, Mom. People come in grumpy and leave floating on clouds. That's the goal, sweetheart. Mom loved her job, and she wanted me to take over someday. I did too, until I grew up and realized I was hopeless in the kitchen. I couldn't even boil water without triggering the smoke alarm. Every time I cooked, something went wrong. Every single time. By the time I turned 17, I didn't need a fortune teller to know I could never be like Mom. What on earth happened to you? And, what is this? The usual. Maybe I should give up. I'm not as talented as you, Mom. I just can't cook. Don't ever say that again. Maeve's out here getting thousands of views on her cooking channel. If you don't step up, the town will start calling her the rightful heir. Grandma might just hand her the restaurant keys. Mom wasn't just a great cook. She hated losing, especially when it came to family. So honestly, her reaction wasn't all that surprising. But Maeve was the one who got the talent like my mom. I took after her mom, Aunt Mel, the disaster queen. Like the universe swapped our DNA as a joke. So what now? You gonna disown me and adopt Maeve? Actually, Mom, maybe Maeve could help you out. You're carrying way too much alone. Maybe it would lighten your load. And maybe, just maybe, it could finally fix things with Aunt Mel. I don't want us all fighting. I want us to be family again. Mom stared at me for a moment. I felt my heart thump in anticipation and hope that I had gotten through to her. But then, no, let them stew in envy. Ugh, classic Mom stubbornness. Starting tomorrow, you will undergo intense training as my assistant chef. It's time people hear your name too. I thought Mom was crazy. I could barely cook dinner without burning down the whole place. And now I was going to be her assistant chef? No matter what Mom taught me, I had a special gift for turning the kitchen into a crime scene on a daily basis. Still, Mom never lost her cool. If I overcooked the chicken, she swapped it. If I oversalted the soup, she magically balanced it. Finally, my very first dish, with a lot of help from Mom, was served to an actual customer. Okay, she basically made the whole thing, but served it under my name. My daughter made it. She's a culinary prodigy, just like her mama. So yeah, the town started calling me the next Martha Stewart. Meanwhile, I was low-key freaking out. But Mom's faith in me kept me going. As long as she was by my side, I believed I could do it. But that didn't last long. One day, Mom suddenly got very ill. I took her to a hospital and found out that she was diagnosed with cervical cancer. Since she had to stay in the hospital for a while for observation and treatment, she made me promise I'd take over the restaurant no matter what. But the kitchen was still a war zone for me. If anyone found out I couldn't cook, Mom's dream would shatter, and I was totally clueless about what to do. One afternoon, I was taking a stroll to clear my head when I met someone who could turn out to be the answer to my prayers. A new street chef who looked too cool for this town. And his food, I had no idea what kind of magic he was cooking up, but it had people lining up down the block just to get a taste. Spicy ginger rice right here. Who's next? So I decided to try it out. One bite of his food, and it was like my brain threw a party. An idea hit me. If I could get a guy like him to cook for us, I might just save the restaurant and keep my mom's dream alive. I had to wait till evening to catch him, and even then, it wasn't going to be as easy as I thought. Hey, Chef Diego, right? Your seasoning is insane.
What, you trying to steal my recipe or something?
No, I mean, yeah, no. Definitely not stealing. Just, your food's amazing.
So that's it? No other reason why the restaurant's princess has been hanging around here all day?
Uh-oh, he knew exactly who I was. No surprise, our restaurant was famous in this town. Okay, you got me. I need your help, please. Without responding, Diego climbed into the driver's seat to drive off. Rude, right? But I wasn't about to back down. So I did something absolutely insane.
Hey! Are you trying to get run over, Chica?
Only if it means you finally listen. Okay, maybe I'd lost it. But what else could I do? My confidence was gone. The family restaurant was hanging by a thread.
You've got guts. I like it. Come in. You have 5 minutes.
I got in quickly before he changed his mind and told him everything. Mom's illness, the promise, the mess I was drowning in. Please, I need someone who can actually cook. I need you. I'll pay you anything. For a second, I thought he'd laugh in my face.
All right, I'll do it. We'll talk money after the deal's done.
Really?
But listen, I'm not going to be your shadow forever. You're going to learn. Every dish, every mistake. You're going to mess up, but eventually you're going to cook. Got it?
Got it. And just like that, I had a secret chef. Thanks to Grandma's obsession with secret rooms, we had a private kitchen only the head chef could use. When Diego taught me, I thought he would be grumpy and all, but he was actually a sweetheart. Every evening, he patiently coached me.
See the flip? Slow and steady. Too fast, oil splashes, you panic. Boom, disaster. Stay calm and in control, and mistakes stay small. Your turn, Chica.
Diego could teach me all day, but I had the talent of a rock for cooking. Day after day of practice, and I still wasn't getting any better. Just more burned food straight into the trash. After months of trying, I started to give up. All the practice, all the burnt food, it felt like I was going nowhere. So I made a reckless decision. I asked Diego to cook in my place. At first, he refused, but when I promised to pay him more than his entire monthly income from street food sales, he agreed. When food was ready, I served it in the main kitchen like it was mine, while Diego, the real chef, played the dishwasher. Everyone raved about the new and improved dishes. Critics stopped by unannounced, dropping shiny reviews. It felt like magic. While Diego did the actual cooking, I kept myself busy pretending. Chopping, stirring, plating. Just like that, our little illusion worked like a charm. The restaurant's reputation soared, and so did the profits. But good things don't last forever. 3 weeks after I hired Diego, Grandma invited me over, although I had one more trial week before she made her final decision.
I've seen the news, Ariana. Your mom would be proud. You're doing great. That's why I'm thinking you'll make a good CEO.
Finally! Everything I worked for had led to this moment. But then Grandma said something that dimmed my joy.
I'd like Maeve to join you in the kitchen, too. She mentioned choosing this restaurant for her internship, and with all the buzz, I'm sure you could use the help.
I smiled, but inside I was spiraling. If Maeve stepped foot in that kitchen, she'd find out everything. Grandma, actually, I don't need— You don't need what? Me? Don't be mean, sis. Unless you've got something to hide. And that was when my fate was sealed. I knew Maeve working here, even briefly, would spell trouble, but protesting would only make Grandma suspicious.
You okay, Chica?
No, Diego, everything's falling apart. I told Diego everything, but he didn't flinch.
Listen, nothing is going to fall apart, okay? You're this close to your goal. Keep your head in the game. I got you.
My heart filled with warmth and gratitude, but before I could say thanks, Maeve walked in. Well, well, if it isn't my dear cousin. And you are? He's Diego. He's the dishwasher. I hired him 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, huh? Yes. Is there any problem? Nothing. Just curious how a klutz like you suddenly became a cooking pro. Last year, you set a pot of boiling water on fire. People change. Then prove it. I can only cook in the secret kitchen. Really? Let's go in there then. I'm still clumsy, and it's worse around toxic personalities. So no, Maeve. Are you calling me I have work to do? Maeve didn't buy my story for a second. Her internship was just a lie. She came here to spy on me, and honestly, she was good at it. She noticed everything. Grease stains on Diego's shirt, how he magically disappeared when I was cooking in the secret room. The closer I got to taking over, the harder she tried to bust us. And one day, we slipped. Diego and I were cleaning up after hours of cooking. Then we heard a knock on the door. Diego barely got to hide when Maeve suddenly swung the door open. Oh, you're alone. Weird. I thought I heard voices. This is the head chef's room. You don't just barge in. Relax. Tomorrow's the big day. You're becoming the new owner and all. Consider these a peace offering. Edible flowers. You hated that I was taking over. Yeah, I did. But I was wrong. You've got real talent. Maeve's sudden kindness felt off, but I only cared about how I could get her out of my kitchen ASAP. Thanks. Could you carry this pot out front for me? As soon as she left, I dropped the flowers on the counter and locked the door. She's gone.
I can't believe she came so close. You think she really came here to give you flowers?
Nope. She was probably hoping to catch you in here. But she couldn't. Then we laughed. But I should have been more careful. I really should have. The long-awaited day came. Grandma was about to name me the new owner.
Ariana, your mother would be proud. Today, I officially—
Grandma, wait! Ariana is a fraud. She hasn't cooked a single meal. It's been him. Some of us are actually working hard to earn our chef title, and she's trying to cheat. How is that fair? My soul immediately left my body.
Maeve, what do you mean?
She never cooked in the main kitchen, and Diego always vanished when she was in there. I looked him up. He owns a food truck. Why would someone like that scrub dishes?
Maybe I actually like working here.
I have proof. To my horror, she took out the same bouquet she had gifted me yesterday, reached between the flowers, and pulled out a tiny recording device. She hit play, and our secret kitchen convo blasted through the speakers. I just wanted to disappear.
How could you lie to us, Ariana?
Before I could even answer Grandma's question, I just stood there, frozen, speechless. Maeve's taunts kept coming, each one sharper than the last. I could feel myself breaking, but right as I was about to turn and bolt, someone grabbed my hand. It was Diego.
Yeah, she lied. But who in this life hasn't made mistakes? Ariana's been doing her best to keep this restaurant running, even though it was never her dream to begin with. She did it because of the heavy expectations from the people who claim to be her family.
After hearing Diego's words, I was genuinely moved. I never imagined someone would understand me so deeply, and even have the courage to stand up for me. Grandma didn't say much. She just looked at me for a long time. I'm sorry I lied, but this place means everything to our family, especially Mom. I tried my best, but honestly, I'm gonna need some help. You want me to help? Maeve, I've always admired your cooking skills. I think we can make a great team. What do you say? Truce? In the end, I didn't just get the restaurant. I got a sister. Both Grandma and Aunt Mel softened up. A few days later, while Diego was preparing for the lunch rush at his food truck, I walked up to him. Diego? He was so surprised that a flower vase nearly slipped from his hand. Luckily, he caught it just in time. Someone's the clumsy one today.
You sneaked up on me, Chica. What brings you here?
I never got to pay you. So, what's your price?
Ariana, the truth is, I didn't do it for money. The moment you stepped in front of my truck, like a lunatic, I fell for you.
My heart just did a backflip.
Diego! You were fire and chaos from the start, and I loved every second of it.
Then stay in the chaos with me. The restaurant could use your help. Honestly, so could I. Diego lifted my chin, and our eyes met.
I thought you'd never ask, mi amor.
I still made a mess, but I've learned to accept it, laugh at it, and keep going. Mom was getting better. She was smiling as we walked in with flowers. She was about to go home soon. So there you go. I'm Ariana, a walking accident zone, but I've got an iron will. And when there's a will, there's always a way.